Now that you have a new puppy, you do need to get some important stuff. Let's make your trip to the pet store a little less overwhelming by knowing beforehand what items you need to get and why they're actually important. Hi, new puppy parents. If we haven't met, I'm Dr. Rose Magpili. I'm a veterinarian and dog behavior consultant. So in this video, I'll go over some important equipment and supplies you need specifically for behavior management of your new puppy, and I'll explain what makes them so important. But also, outside of what I'll talk about in this video, I did prepare a list of essential puppy care and training items available for you to download. So be sure to get that for yourself after you watch this video and before heading out to a pet store. You'll find a link to that in the video description. Make sure that any dog equipment or accessories you buy for your puppy are properly sized and made of non-toxic and non-hazardous materials. Some items may require conditioning to get your puppy used to them, and conditioning just means that you need to slowly get your puppy used to an item by letting him have positive experiences while around it and slowly introducing him to wearing it or using it on him. So the first few items are what you'll use to manage your puppy's movements. Number one on my list is a crate. Crate is really important, first because it's a management tool that keeps your puppy safe and out of trouble when you're unable to supervise him and when you need a break from watching him. But it's also important for training your puppy a daily routine, and from following a routine, you can teach him behaviors like when and where he's supposed to relieve himself, or in other words, house training. And it's also useful for alone time training and for teaching your puppy to settle when you need him to settle. So for crate size, it should be just large enough that your puppy can stand, turn around, and lie down comfortably. Don't buy an oversized crate because for the purpose of potty training, you don't want your puppy to have more room than he needs to sleep in and then have extra space in the crate where he might pee or poop. You can get a crate sized for your puppy and then buy one later for your adult dog when he's fully grown. Or if you want to buy one that's already bigger and sized for the adult dog, just be aware that for crate training purposes, you'll need to block off the extra space while your puppy is still puppy sized. And I'll talk more about crate training and potty training in later videos as well. So you can get a crate that's made out of plastic, or you can get one that's made out of wire. The plastic crate will be lighter and can be used for airplane travel if they're up to airline standards. Meanwhile, wire crates are heavier but may be more durable. They do make rattling noises, which might not be the best for noise-sensitive puppies or even noise-sensitive people. Some wire crates are collapsible, which makes them very convenient to tuck away when you don't need to use them anymore. If you do get a wire crate, be aware that the uneven flooring, the grating, in some wire crates is not very comfortable to lie on or to stand on for a puppy's feet. So you may need to get some bedding so that he has a comfortable space to lie on. But also be aware that your untrained puppy is likely to chew on any bed or surface or matting that you put inside the crate with him. So these are just some of the things to keep in mind when making purchase decisions. So the second item on my list is an exercise pen, which is useful for creating a play area or a long-term confinement area. Long-term confinement area is a space where you'll confine your puppy when you need to leave him for longer than 3 to 4 hours, because you need to provide a space inside where your puppy can relieve himself, since you won't be around to take him to his actual designated potty area. If you go through a proper conditioning process, your puppy is less likely to attempt escape from the pen. Otherwise, if your puppy is a climber or a jumper, you may have to resort to other solutions for confinement to manage your pup. Next, you'll need a collar, of course. Stick with just a basic adjustable flat collar that doesn't tighten with leash tension. You can get one out of leather or nylon. Don't get one out of chain links, and also no need to get a choke chain, a slip lead, or a prong collar for your puppy because you don't really need any aversive training tools if you're committed to a proactive training approach. So you're not going to be going outside much yet with your puppy or doing any or much leash walking, especially if you have a puppy that's just a few months old. But you should already be prepared with a leash anyway, because it may be useful guiding your puppy from confinement to an activity area or to his potty area. You can start with a light leash. Leaving an indoor leash on while your puppy is moving about is good for managing hyperactive play biters and jumpers, so you don't have to put hands on them, which can just increase arousal and might prompt the puppy to nip and jump on you even more. So you would just keep this on your puppy during play and training time so that you can get a hold of it and calmly and gently get control of your puppy when you need to. For an outdoor leash, once your puppy is ready to go outdoors, you can get one that's around 1.5 to 2 meters to start. You really don't need a heavy leash, even if you have a big breed puppy that will grow up into a big, large, strong dog, because you will be spending a lot of time working on and encouraging following behaviors and proper leash walking with your puppy. So remember, the leash should really be a secondary means to guide your puppy. Primarily, you want your puppy to respond to your voice and to body language for direction. Next are a few items that will encourage your puppy to use his little puppy brain and that will help you in training him. So play toys are toys that are meant for interactive play between you and the puppy. These are toys such as fetch toys, rope toys, tug toys, or plushies made for dogs. Again, I want to remind you to buy toys that are properly sized for your pup and that are made of non-toxic and non-hazardous materials. But no matter how durable a toy is marketed to be, it will eventually succumb to damage from your puppy's teeth, especially if it's left with the puppy to chew on. That's why my advice is that you should always collect play toys after you're done playing with your puppy. For chewing, you have chew toys. Chew toys are chew items that are meant to be left with the puppy to work on with his teeth, usually when he's alone or when he's in confinement. They may be consumable like dehydrated beef tendon or cow ears, or they may be hard rubber chews stuffed with food. So you want to make sure that whenever you give your puppy a new chew item, to first watch and supervise him when chewing on it for the first time, just so you can check how your puppy interacts with it. Does he try to scarf it all down? Does he chew on it nicely? Is it not the right size? And do you maybe need to take it away from him just for his own safety? Just some things you want to observe initially while you're getting to know your puppy's chew habits. Now, for training your puppy, of course, you'll need some treats. And when you're training your puppy or even your adult dog, you don't really need big chunky treats. Get treats that are really small or that you can break into smaller pieces. Treats should be just bite-sized or smaller even. A treat for a Chihuahua puppy is going to be just a tiny pinch or a small bead even, while for a Labrador puppy, it could be about 3 times that size. So make sure the treat size is right for your puppy. You want them to be easy to dispense to your puppy, especially because you're going to be doing a lot of reps one after another of a training exercise. So they need to be able to leave your hand pretty quickly and smoothly. Occasionally, of course, you can give your puppy a bigger treat as a jackpot, and I usually give those to finish a training session or when the puppy performs something really, really well, some behavior that we're working on. So you'll want a variety of treats, from ones that are low value to ones that are really high value. You can keep it simple and start with just using your puppy's kibble or regular dog food. Some dogs are just so food motivated that plain kibble is already enough of a reward for them. And then you can go higher value with some treats that are tastier and maybe something that your puppy doesn't get so often. The treats that will be best for your puppy will depend on his personal preference. So you'll figure that out as you get to know your puppy more. I would encourage you to really write down and make a list of what you notice are your puppy's favorites. But whatever treats you get, make sure they're healthy and take into consideration your own puppy's preferences and, of course, any dietary requirements mentioned by your vet. And then keep in mind that treats should be taken into account as part of the whole of your puppy's daily diet. So if you're feeding a lot of treats because you've been practicing so much with your pup, you'll want to reduce how much food you give from his bowl or reduce the number of meal times. Sometimes you'll be training so much you could actually do away with feeding your puppy out of a bowl altogether. Just make sure that your puppy's diet is still balanced and he's receiving the right daily amount, of course. So personally, I like to make homemade treats for my dogs. So alongside the equipment list that I'm sharing with you, I'm also sharing a few treat recipes that I often use, and you can find the link to access those recipes in the description of this video as well. You can also get a treat pouch for containing your treats while on the go. That's probably more important for later when you start taking your puppy out more, but it's also useful when you're working with your puppy indoors. Pro tip I have for you when using your treat pouch is that you can line it with a plastic bag or a cup. That's going to make cleanup so much easier because you can just pull out and rinse that cup, and your pouch won't get all messy and sticky. And that concludes my list of top equipment and supplies I would get to help you manage and train your new pup. So don't forget to download the longer list of essential puppy care and training items that I prepared for you. That's going to include items not only for puppy behavior management and training, but also items important for caring for your puppy. To access that, check the link in the video description. My treat recipes will also be available there. And if there's anything on the list that I need to explain further, or if you think I forgot some items that are worth mentioning, please leave a comment under this video and I'll be very happy to respond. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.